Everybody. I am so excited to be with you here this incredible Monday afternoon. My name is Kate Semmens. If you don't know me, I am a value-based life coach out of Turning Leaf Health and Wellness in St. George, Utah. Also starting to become known as the soul healer, which I think is so absolutely fun, super fun for my experience and my adventure called life, right? Well, my intention for today, and thank you for everybody who is joining me here live on Zoom. My intention for today is to really give you some really awesome information about you and describe to you a little bit about the course that I've created called Soul Discovery, and give you the information about how you can join my next round, which is starting here in just a couple of weeks. But I'll get to that at the very end of today's experience together. Just a little bit of background. So I am born and raised here in Southern Utah. I'm a local St. George girl, which apparently, I don't know, but apparently that's a phenomenon these days here in Southern Utah. Every time I meet people and they're like, "Where are you from?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm from here." And they're like, "Wow, that's crazy." So it's fun to be a local in Southern Utah, I guess. And about, golly geez, okay. About 11 years ago now, 11 or 12 years ago in 2010, what is that? 12 years ago-ish. I got married, and it was an interesting experience. It's been my greatest teacher. But my marriage lasted only 9 months, and at the end of that experience, I describe it as I was kind of boiled down to the very just minimum of me, right? Like just I often refer to it. I felt like a shell of a human at that point. I moved away to Salt Lake City in my marriage. And so I moved back here to St. George once the divorce was final, and really started a very long, beautiful journey of rebuilding back into me. And a lot of what I share through the 10 weeks through the course in Soul Discovery is all of the things that I've learned about really us as humans, you as your own beautiful, divine, incredible you. And I learned that through my journey of this rebuilding and becoming myself again. I have an Instagram that's called Becoming Kate, and basically is kind of just that transformation journey that we often go through in life when we hit rock bottom, right? When rock bottom just comes into our experience, and slowly but surely we can choose to rebuild ourselves and re-become who we're always meant to become. And so today I really want to share with you guys just a few things that I've learned on my journey, on my adventure, on my great, grand, wonderful experience of life through all of its ups and downs and the dynamics of life. And then once again, I want to really dive into at the very end the experience that I have for you if you'd love to participate with me in Soul Discovery. So in my, pardon me, I'm just going to pop up here. In kind of that rebuilding process, and really I liken it to the metamorphosis that happens for a butterfly a lot, right? Like we've got this incredible creature, the caterpillar, right, that goes about its life doing its thing, eating all the green things that it can, and then it reaches a point where it starts to build its cocoon and become a chrysalis. And in that cocoon, in the chrysalis, it completely breaks down. Like every part of the caterpillar is broken down, is changed, is alchemized, to use some of those fun words, right? And then over a period of time is rebuilt and becomes a butterfly. And then eventually the butterfly is ready and able to break free from the cocoon. And after a little waiting period, allowing its wings to dry, it's able to take flight into its new experience and existence here in life. I honestly feel like that has been my experience. I I wish I could tell you that it happened as quickly as it happens for butterflies. It's wild to me that I don't even know exactly the time frame. I should learn that because I use this analogy a lot, that it takes for a caterpillar to become a butterfly. Maybe if any of you guys in the chat know, just type it out, right? However, for us as humans, things aren't often that that acute of a time period, right? It takes a little while to actually have that transformation, to go through the metamorphosis, to experience the transition from what was to what is, the rebirth, if you will. And so part of what we go through in soul discovery is all the different parts of you and the different ways that they shift and change and grow. And hopefully, right? Hopefully in our journey, we are growing and breaking down things that don't work, old beliefs or conditions or constructs that really aren't working for us, and really rebuilding into the most beautiful divine creature that you were always intended to become. So, excuse me. With that being said, today I really wanted to talk to you about you, right? Kind of got off on a little tangent there. That's super normal with me, by the way. I really wanted to talk to you about you and the makeup of you as a person, as a human being, hanging out, walking around on planet Earth, right? Is a divine creation. And the first thing that I want to talk to you is that there are 3 different parts of you, right? There are 3 things that make up you. And that is your body, your physical body that you can see from me right now, right? And if you were to stand up and do 5 burpees, you would start to feel that physical body a lot, right? So our physical body. Then we have our soul and we have our spirit. And sometimes the soul and the spirit, it can get a little bit confusing because they're terms and it's a language that gets interwoven sometimes. And, like sometimes someone will say a statement and they'll say, oh, that really struck me just all the way to my soul, right? Or it really struck me all the way to my spirit, because they sometimes are interchanged. However, they're 2 very different things, and your experience with them is different. And these are, once again, we go deep dives into these different parts of us in soul discovery, which is just so fun. It's literally my playground. I love it so much. So we have those 3 main parts of us. You have those 3 main parts of you that you experience every single day. Some of them are louder than others, right? When our physical body, like if you wake up in the morning and you've got like a kinked neck or something, right? Like your physical body is going to be like, hey, and you're going to like have a very loud experience with it, right? Or you may have a very loud experience in your soul. And I want to break down the soul for you right now, because just like we are a 3-part experience, once again, body, spirit, and soul, your soul also is broken down into 3 different parts. So technically there are 5 different parts of us. I call them your different bodies. And in soul discovery, I like to throw in a 6th, and we'll talk about that at the end here. So 5 different parts of you that really make up you. I was having a conversation with some dear friends who have already gone through soul discovery, and they're like, yeah, it kind of like makes the schizophrenic in us just like really cozy, knowing that there are different parts of us. There's different pieces that speak, right? I thought that was really cute and really funny. So in the soul, you have 3 parts within your soul, and that is your mind, your emotions, and your will, or the cool hip phrasing since Freud is the ego, right? So those 3 things make up your soul. And those 3 things, once again, can be pretty loud sometimes, right? Like, I don't know about you guys, but sometimes that mental part of me, what we call the mental body or the mental aspect in soul discovery, it's really loud. Like it gets really, really loud up here. It can even get so loud up here that I could disconnect from my body, from my physical experience within it, right? If I get way too heady, that's what I like to call it, heady, right? If I get way too heady sometimes, it might be difficult for me to really feel what it is that my physical body needs. Like I may be very, very hungry or very thirsty, but I'm caught up in my head, just running the hamster wheel in there. And this has become louder than this. And once I can get that to quiet down, all of a sudden it's like, oh, goodness gracious, I have got to eat dinner. I haven't even eaten all day, right? Or similarly with the emotional aspect of us, our emotional body. If we're in an emotional experience or riding through some pretty turbulent waters in our emotional wave, oftentimes that's the part of us that is the loudest, right? And needs the most attention. And with the will or our ego, like sometimes we just really get into, digging into our pride or, into some other places we get into with the will or the ego are the doing places, the stuff that we want to do, right? Like our way or the highway kind of a thing. I don't know about you guys, but I can get into that space often. And it's beautiful to me because you probably have already heard this, but the three things that you have 100% control of all the time, even though it's a hard pill to swallow, sometimes it's like a piece of humble pie to eat, is the three things that we have control of are how we think, how we feel, and what we do, our behaviors, right? How we act, think, feel, and act. And those three pieces, my darling, are your soul. The soul parts of you is what you actually have 100% control over. We don't always have control over our physical body, right? I don't know about y'all, but sometimes I really don't have the best control over my physical body. Sometimes it doesn't matter how hard I try. I have just got to go use the restroom. And if I hold it any longer, then I'm going to pee my pants. Like I don't have control over that. It's just going to happen. I can pay attention to the warning signs and be able to help support my physical body the best way that I can. But if I hold it and hold it and hold it and hold it, eventually I'm going to pee my pants. It's just going to happen. That's just the way that it's going to be in my experience. But however, with our mind, will, and emotions, we do have the ability to be able to be in control of that and to work with those aspects of us and be able to create and experience those pieces of us the ways that we want to. Now, we live in a world that, to be quite honest with you, is really going after that part of us, right? The world wants to sell you a product. They want to make $1 off you, and that's how it is, right? And they're going to do that any way that they can. And some of the best ways that they can get you to buy their product is to put a lot of propaganda or programming around your thoughts, your emotions, and your will or your desires, right? And so everybody's like vying for this part of you. It's one of the pieces that is up for auction a lot. And you may not even be aware of that. You may not know. Hang on, let me just pin my thing. There we go. You may not even be aware of that a lot, especially if, like you're in my generation and we've always had television. We always have had communication. New, the internet happened in my generation is something new, but the idea of anything really trying to vie for the front position, I guess, if you will, like the leader, the control, the thing that has my attention or is grabbing and holding on to those different parts of me. This isn't really new information. Just take any advertising class, any marketing class ever, and you're going to see like there's a lot of work that goes into figuring out and understanding you and what would make you want to purchase something or invest in something or buy into something, right? And that piece that they're going after for you is your mind, will, and emotions. And I know I'm hearing some of you say, oh, but Kate, wait a minute, what about like the diet industry? Like they're going after your body. Well, they're not really going after that part of you. They're going after how you think and feel about your physical body. They're not trying to like really sell you on, hey, like sell your physical body on it. They're trying to convince you that you are not pretty enough, that you're not skinny enough, that you're not fit enough, that you don't drive the right car, and all of the things, right? And so they're going after your soul. It's literally a war, a battleground going on all the time literally all day, every day in your experience. The only time that you get peace with this is when you're sleeping, or maybe that's all. I can't think of any other time. Or you have been able to seclude yourself and go on a nice, beautiful mountain vacation where you've left all devices, all literature, literally everything behind. And it's just going to be you and the stars and the deer, right? So, so once again, this is a super beautiful thing that we really seek to understand about each of us in soul discovery, to really start to take accountability, to take action, to take back your power in that, to take back what you have divinely been given and what is your right? Which is to be the captain of your mind, your emotions, and your will, or the ego. And I love to call it the will. I sometimes the ego gets a really bad rap out there in the psychological world, and so, I know lots of practitioners or spiritual gurus, like hippie woo-woo stuff that's like all about killing the ego and like getting it out of your experience. And that, I don't know about you guys, but that doesn't sit very well to me. If something is inherent in me and is a part of my beautiful divine design, I'm not trying to kill off any one of that. And in fact, when it comes to the will, the second you try to kill it is the second you're going to send it into like stress, anxiety, and it's going to try to hijack you even more so that it doesn't get killed. So we're going to spend a lot of time on that week when we talk about our will, but that's the language I like to use. Just know that it's often also referred to as the ego within you. And so I hope this has given you a little bit more basic understanding about you. So once again, those 5 aspects that we really spend a lot of time, the 3 big ones are our spirit, our soul, and our body. And again, our spirit and our soul, sometimes that language can get really interwoven. But what the soul really is your mind, your will, and your emotions. It's those 3 things. It's the 3 things that you have 100% control over. Then we have our physical body. We live in a 3D world. I don't care how much everybody's trying to level this bad boy up to 5D all the time, right? Like maybe we can do that in consciousness, but in physicalness, it's 3D, right? Like touch, sight, taste, hearing, all of that kind of stuff. We're in our 3D experience. We're in a very physical experience here. And so we'll spend a whole week around your physical body and how to help love and support it and listen to it and love it where it is in its journey. As a woman in the, like, I don't even know what generation I'm in. I'm kind of like one of those, like Gen X, I think is what they call us anyway, kind of button up against the millennial line. But my whole life, I've been basically at war with my body until about 3 years ago in my experience, where I finally was able to love her for where she is, knowing that she is a beautiful vessel, that she's shapeable and moldable. Anyway, I'm getting on town. You guys can tell I'm really, really passionate about this subject. I absolutely love it. And I love what is created within the soul discovery container. The conversations we have are amazing. It's just so incredible. So we will be spending a whole week with your physical body. And I'm going to be really honest with y'all and really, really transparent. My intention, and really when I started creating the soul discovery course and how it just evolved and really, to be honest with you, just like kind of fell into my lap as I was looking at the different things that I do here in my office as a life coach, and the different certifications that I've gotten, and the different, like I led with in the very beginning, like that evolution of really me building and becoming back to myself after I had hit rock bottom and really been boiled down to the basics of all of my aspects, right? And as I sat in contemplation and started looking at it, soul discovery just emerged. It is its own, I'm going to get emotional because it is its own beautiful creature, and it grows and it shifts. And every year that we do this, there's new layers that come in and new inspiration, and really what I would consider to be intuitive whispers that come in from my higher power, from God. And I'm in awe and gratitude all the time that I get to have a front row seat in it. I am the luckiest girl in the whole world. And I say that whole long thing was to say this. I, in full honesty and full transparency, my number one intention every time we go into a new session or a new round of soul discovery is to help you understand all these parts of you so that you can be guided by your spiritual self, so that you can start to navigate your life according to that really beautiful part of you that always has and always will be, that beautiful breath of life within you, that divinity, that spiritual aspect of you that always has your best interest at heart, that is you in the most pure, divine, amazing part of you. I keep saying aspect of body and all these words. This is just the language that we use in soul discovery. But that is 100% my intention, is for you to be able to strip away, begin to anyway. Like I said, it's a process. I wish I could tell you in 10 weeks that you would be your caterpillar self that you are right now. And in 10 weeks time, you're going to be emerging from your cocoon as a butterfly. It's not how it works, my love. But I can promise you that in 10 weeks, you'll be in the chrysalis. You'll be in the process of breaking down conditions and beliefs and being able to see where those different parts of you really show up for you in healthy ways and in ways that they have been conditioned to believe things that are not working and not healthy for them. And to be able to start to work through that and get rid of junk and move in new, beautiful belief systems and governing spaces and all of those things. So that is my intention. I told you there was a hidden little sixth aspect of you. And so I'll tell you right up front, the from start to finish, what happens in soul discovery. So we come in and we have orientation and we seek to understand and get common knowledge about these different parts that we've been talking about today. Then we're going to move into the mental aspect of you. We're going to spend 2 whole weeks with that mental body of yours. Incredible, amazing part of you, right? Then after that, we spend another 2 weeks. So weeks 1 is orientation, 2 and 3 are the mental aspect of you, 4 and 5 are the emotional part of you. When I did my first round of soul discovery, we only spent 1 week with each part of us, and the mental and the emotional bodies were like, yeah, we need more time. And so I've given it them. So they have more time, right? So the emotional body, we spend 2 whole weeks in there because there's some just incredible pieces to understand and to discover. By the way, I forgot to mention, in the mental aspect of you, we get into your human design, which if you've never heard these words put together, Google it. It's amazing. I am in full-blown education. I'm becoming the human design expert here at Turning Leaf Health and Wellness Center. So part of that with the mental body is really making this your information gatherer and not your decision maker, because there's a part of you that is better suited to make decisions. And so we get into that when we get into your unique human design in weeks 1 and 2. I'm sorry, with the mental body, right? So then we get into emotional body, and I am certified as an integrative processing, gosh, I can't remember what the words are, IPT. Integrative processing technique. Thank you. My brain, which is an emotional release process. It's one of the most incredible ways that I've ever experienced going into emotional experiences of the past and really being able to turn it a whole 180 and see it for the beautiful thing that it was for you and how it's helped you become you. So in weeks, 4 and 5 with the emotional body, we talk about IPT. And if you want, I've got a few different tier options, but if you want to go like all in, then part of your investment in you is you will receive an IPT session with me. But other things that we do in that emotional space is really seeking how to change or alchemize the emotion that we're in the moment. And then IPT helps us go clear up some stored emotions that we've hung on to from the past. After that, we have a whole week with our will, once again, also known as the ego, where we get into our value system and we get into why we do what we do and the desires and things that really motivate us to create the life that we want, right? Everything that has to do with that willpower place within you. After that, we spend a week with our physical body. It's amazing, amazing, amazing to be able to just like really start to get into listening to that part of you. And I'm going to be real brave here because I don't know if you're watching this. I'm not sure if you may be a personal trainer or a nutritionist and think that you know everything that there is to know about the physical body. And you may have I'm not discounting your experience and your knowledge and your years and years and years. But when we start to engage with the physical aspect of us in a meditative way that I present to you in that week with the physical body, and really start to see that part of us and engage in relationship with our physical body, it's a total game changer. Granted, bring your knowledge and bring your information, but I promise you that there will be amazing pieces of gold that you will glean out of that week. And if you're like me, just kind of an average Joe, just doing my best, I work out 3 to 4 times a week. I try to eat as little amount of sugar as I possibly can, but I really love cookies and all of that kind of stuff, right? Then you're going to have a really great time really understanding and becoming in relationship with your body, instead of, once again, it being this thing that you're constantly fighting to get it to look the way that the world wants you to get it to look. After that, we have a whole week with our spiritual part of us, that spiritual aspect, once again, which is my intention from day one, is to get you in touch with this part of you so that you can hear it better. Like I said, so many parts of you are very loud sometimes, and the spiritual part of you is not very loud. It often speaks to us in whispers or gentle nudges and promptings, if you will, right? So being able to fine tune and get into that frequency so that you can engage and experience your spiritual aspect of you is so priceless. It's incredible. And then week 9 is this surprise aspect of you, and we spend a week with your inner child. So the inner child is an accumulation of all of the things, right, that you experience when you're young. And it's a really beautiful piece of you that oftentimes, when you anchor into it, increases more joy, more play, more kind of makes life a little bit more light and not so heavy. And so after we do all of this work, right, weeks 1 through 8, week 9, we really celebrate and we play a little bit and we enjoy this part of us. It's also, I have some really beautiful insight things that are going to be the first time that I'm introducing this into soul discovery when we get into inner child, and I cannot wait to tell you all about it. And then week 10, we wrap it up. I call it the culmination. It's basically, it's accountability. It's the so what, now what of your 10 weeks in soul discovery. And so let's just launch into it, shall we? Now that you kind of learned about your bodies, know what the structure of soul discovery looks like, I want to share with you the opportunity that I have created for you to be able to experience this. So I'm going to do a little screen share here. Give me just a moment while I pop up my screen. And let's just talk for just a minute. Yes, present this, please. Thank you. Thank you, computer and Canva. About soul discovery. So I'm doing something really fun and different this time. So we are having an online, which is where we've had soul discovery from the beginning. It's been online. And that's going to begin Tuesday, May 17th, online at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Me and all my aspects, going to be doing a in-person soul discovery round this time. So if you're local to Southern Utah or willing to drive however far you are away, right? Like I know there's people that live down in Mesquite that are looking at doing this round live in person here, people in Kanab, Cedar City. So that's really exciting. So if you're willing to make the journey right in, that's going to begin on Thursday, May 19th, and it will be every Thursday live in person here at Turning Leaf Health and Wellness. So also, though, I will say this, if you feel like you want to make it to the in-person one, if you sign up for the in-person course and want to do it live, but you know, it's the summertime, we're going into the summer, like people have summer vacations, you've got lots of plans that you have prepped for to spend with your friends and families and loved ones and all that kind of stuff. I get it. Like I've got a whole week that I'm going to be going and doing a service experience in the Dominican Republic in the middle of June. And so that week will be I will pre-record the information and then I'll be checking with everybody over phone that week, by the way. But I get it. Sometimes you can't always make it in, right? And be at an in-person place. I have max capacity of 15 people to do it in person, just because that's the space that I have here in our office at Turning Leaf Health and Wellness. So if you want to do the in-person one and you're going to want to make it live as often as you can, sign up for that one. However, if you can't make it one week, just know that you can either pop into the Zoom that Tuesday night at 6 p.m. because we're going to be at the same pace. So you'll be getting the same content on Tuesday night as you will Thursday night. So if you can't make it live, basically a long way of saying, just jump on the Zoom. And then also every single week, everyone in the course will be emailed a video recording of the Zoom session that week. So however, we'll just keep going with the slides. So soul discovery, like we've talked about, it's a 10-week journey designed to increase the love, understanding, and connection that you have to you. I really believe 100% that the more that you know and understand you, the more that you love you. I've seen it as I've worked with my clients. I've seen it in the lives of my family members, and I have really experienced it in my own life and my own experience. The more I understand me and my beautiful design and my uniqueness, and my personality and all of the things, the more I understand all those parts of me and the 6 aspects of me, the more I really do love myself more. So once again, I'm Kate. Hi, nice to meet you guys. I'm a value-based life coach with Turning Leaf Health and Wellness Center, and I'm starting to collect the nickname of the Soul Healer, which, like I shared in the very beginning, is so fun. I think it's so fun. And really, I am excited and honored to be your guide in this beautiful 10-week adventure of you discovering you. I look at life as an adventure often. It's just, it's like a treasure hunt for me all the time. So you'll hear this language from me a lot. Once again, we have the 2 different learning styles. So live begins May 17th, and we're going to run through July 19th. It's every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time on the Zoom. And then the in-person live course starts on Thursday, May 19th, and runs through the 21st, every Thursday night at 6 p.m. here at Turning Leaf Health and Wellness Center. So if you learn better in a physical classroom, come jump in that live one, right? If you are an online learner, even if you're local, right, do the Zoom course. I'm trying to love and support you the best way that I can in all things. Now, something also new for this round of soul discovery, I've got a kind of a choose your own adventure type. I don't know about you guys, but I loved those books growing up, the choose your own adventure books, you know, like if you want to walk down the alleyway, turn to page 10. If you want to continue to go down the street, turn to page 14, whatever that looks like, right? So I've got a few different options for you to choose your own adventure during this next round of soul discovery. The first one I have, I'm calling it Dip Your Toes. The second one, which is the normal experience for soul discovery, it's what I've presented the last few times that I've done it. I'm calling it Jump Right In. And then my third, or the top tier, is called the Big Kahuna. So I want to introduce those pieces to you guys now. So the tier 1 is called Dip Your Toes, right? And that's going to include the 10-week course, learning about yourselves. Each week, you're going to get an emailed copy of the Zoom if you aren't able to make it live, to be able to watch at your leisure, or if you want to revisit the recording during the week. If you're a learner like me, I like to do that. Like I'll typically take something in once and then kind of revisit it through the course of a week to really understand it completely. I'm also this round, I'm doing something different and creating a private Facebook group for everyone that is interested in doing soul discovery. So you'll have access to the private Facebook group. You'll have access to me for accountability, questions, and support via phone and email. You can also DM me on any of the social medias. And then there's always going to be more because, quite frankly, I love surprises, right? So these are all the different things that you're going to be getting that is included in your investment of $444 for yourself to invest in you if you want to participate in this level of soul discovery, just to dip your toes, just to kind of see what it's about, right? I do have payment options because I don't know about you guys, but I am a payment plan lover. I just love them. So you can pay in full and it's $444. You can do 2 different payments of $222. If you can't tell, I love to work with like numerology and fun numbers like that, right? The first payment will be collected when you register, and then the second payment will be collected halfway through at about week 5. Or you can do 3 monthly payments of $148. So once again, first payment when you register, a month later, and then a month later. So we need to be registered by May 17th or May 19th, depending on what learning type you're going into. Tier 2 is called Jump Right In, and it includes everything from Tier 1. So you're getting the 10-week course, you're getting the weekly email with the Zoom, you're getting access to that Facebook group, you get access to me, all the super fun surprises, right? But then you're also included in this tier pricing, getting a one-on-one human design session with me, that one-on-one IPT session, a spiritual session that we're going to really, it's beautiful. It's called the Akashic Record reading, that you'll experience that with me when we're working with our spirit body. And then a life coaching session at the end of your 10-week experience to really set you out on the path that you're on with more intention and more clarity in that life coaching session, and more, once again, because I absolutely love surprises. Always, always, always. One of my favorite mentors says, under promise and over deliver. And I think that's a beautiful mantra to have. So here are the payment options for Tier 2. Once again, you can pay in full at $789, or you can do 2 payments of $395 at registration and at week 5, or move into that 3 monthly payment option of $263 in monthly increments. And then the last one, the Big Kahuna, I tried to find big giant waves because it's summer themed soul discovery, and Big Kahuna to me is like a big wave. So you're going to get everything from Tier 1 and Tier 2. So once again, it's the 10 courses, the Facebook group, access to me for support, accountability, questions and answers, and then those 4 different one-on-one sessions with me, the human design session, the IPT session, the Akashic Record session, and the life coaching session. And then this is new, you guys. I'm super excited. I keep having people say, I just wish that I had more accountability. Like I would love to have more of an accountability buddy to be able to show up and commit to the opportunity assignments each week and be able to kind of have someone to bounce ideas off or when things come up, So I've built this in for this Big Kahuna offer, which is every single week, we're just going to have a set time and day. And every week I'm going to call you and we're going to have a 3-minute chat that's really going to help focus in and really, I think it'll be something that will really help catapult your results at the end of your experience. So that's 10 different phone sessions to be able to support you through the whole process of soul discovery and more, because I love surprises. So the 3 payment options for the Big Kahuna are, you could pay in full at $1028. You could do 2 payments of $514 at registration and at week 5, or 3 monthly payments of $343, whichever is going to make that feel more delicious for your pocketbook, right? Once again, I only have 15 spots for that in-person course because of the size of our space. So if you're really interested in that, I would call in and register as soon as possible to get into that. So how do you register? Well, you can call us here at Turning Leaf Health and Wellness. You're going to get our front desk guru. Her name is Allie. And so you can call or text really 435-652-1202. You can call or text me on this is my work cell, 435-218-8244. If I don't answer, please leave a message. Most likely I will be in session or in a meeting or something. You can also email office@turningleafwellnesscenter.com or just message me directly, right? Send me a DM. On Facebook, I'm Kate Semmens. On Instagram, I'm Living the Kate Life, and more handles to be coming soon. So that's fun. So I just wanted to go through a few different reviews from people that have gone through the soul discovery experience in years past, right? Either be it just this last one that I just did or the couple that I did last year. And this one's from Leah. She says, I'm grateful for what has come to me through participating in soul discovery. I've been frustrated with the feelings of being stuck, unsure how to get myself moving forward. The tools and information that Kate provided gave me the ability to look at myself with a new set of glasses. I've been able to begin to understand and see myself in a way I haven't yet before done. I'm excited to further put into action these additional puzzle pieces in my life's puzzle and see what more I can discover about myself and where it then takes me. I would do soul discovery again and again, knowing I will only love it more and more. I love that. I love you, Leah, by the way. And that's a really common theme as far as the results that someone gets after moving through the 10 weeks in soul discovery. Most people say, you know, when I signed up for soul discovery, I was really looking for more direction in my life. I felt really stuck. I didn't really know how to move myself forward in the way that I wanted to go. Really felt like in analysis paralysis, you know, and just kind of stuck with where they were at, and getting in and understanding the different parts of you and how to really anchor into your better decision makers and empowering you in your different bodies makes a world of difference. Thank you, Leah. I love you. Camry says, soul discovery brought more awareness to and knowledge of all the different aspects of me. I feel like when I struggle, I can feel really erratic and genuinely lost on how to help myself. And a lot of times just starting with what self needs my attention the most in the present moment has helped me reach more clarity. One of the greatest gifts soul discovery brought about for me was seeing how out of touch I was with my physical body and how much it needed me. I am unraveling it still, but that was like the wham moment that got me onto this track of reconnecting with it. I love that. Sometimes it really does. Sometimes it just feels like a 2x4 to the face of like, wham, which is beautiful, right? Like it's amazing. Cambry said, soul discovery changed the way I look at healing. Looking at me in this new way gave me tangible and clear ways to take accountability for what I needed to change in my life. The most beautiful thing about it was the fact that you, meaning me, Kate, didn't just tell me what I needed or what needed to change, but you empowered me by teaching me how to ask myself. You taught me how to access the information, not just show me. Oh, that's so awesome. Oh, Cambry, I just love you. And it goes back to one of my really true belief systems about life, that when you learn and discover what you need to do and make the decision and move yourself forward, it's so much more powerful than when someone tells you, oh, by the way, you should just do this thing, right? So being able to turn to yourself for the information that you need instead of having to petition outside of yourself for it's just incredible. This is also from Cambry. She went on and said, you taught me that all the answers were already inside of me and all I need to do was ask. Soul discovery has given me tools that I use every day, and it has given me the ability to have a better relationship with myself. I'm loving myself in ways that no one else can, and that is true empowerment. I love that. And then this will be the last review we do. I've got more that we could go through, but for the sake of time, this is from Garrett. He says, the end result for me was having a better and deeper understanding and connection with myself and the many different aspects I have, as well as having a procedure to work out difficult issues or decision I might face in life, right? So we no longer have to feel I'm just going to stop sharing that. We no longer have to feel trapped. We no longer have to feel like we need something outside of us to be able to show us the best direction for us. That really, when we can get all the parts of us into alignment and really lean into our discerning voice and connect into that higher power, there's nothing else that you need. Sure, there's super cool learning. Sure, there's new insight or ways that you haven't thought of something. And we need each other. We need each other in life. We're very social beings. But as far as being able to govern your life and to be able to get on your path and know the lefts and the rights and the forwards and maybe where we need to take a U-turn, right? You have everything that you need. So my darling, thank you. If you watch this all the way through, I love you. Oh my goodness, that just, you get me talking about one of my favorite subjects, and I promise we're just gonna have a nice, juicy, long chat, right? And that's something that's delicious to me. So thank you for spending time with me today. And if soul discovery is calling to you, if it's like, oh man, this seems like such a fun, cool thing. If you have more questions, reach out. You've got all the information that you need now to reach out. I will be posting and sharing things throughout the next 2 weeks as we lead up to, start date, either online on Tuesdays or in person on Thursdays. But I'm here for you. I may not know you. Oh, I'm gonna get emotional again, right? This is how I do. I'm an emotional being. I may not know you, but I love you. And I don't care where you are. I don't care what you've done. I don't care. I don't care. I love you. And I know that you are a beautiful, divinely created individual that has so much to give. And our planet needs you. And it needs you to show up as you, and not something that you think that you should be showing up as. So come learn with me how to be more authentically you and really show up as you. If you're interested in soul discovery, great. If you just need a safe space, amazing. I'm here for you and I love you. And I hope to see you inside Soul Discovery, because we really do have a great time. Mwah. Have a wonderful Monday. Talk soon.